In today's video, we're going to be showing you an awesome solar-powered air conditioner that allows you to run down to negative 22 degrees. That's right, this mini split right behind me is producing free heat by the solar panels that we have up on the roof, and their newest model can generate free heat down to negative 22 if you live in a really cool climate. So with that, let's check it out. All right, so right now it is 27 degrees and sunny. We can see there's frost all over the grass. It got really cold overnight and really cold in our garage. But I want to show you our unit here. So this is our air spool head unit. And currently we're not getting any warm air. And the reason is the sun hasn't gone up enough, but it has enough power to run the fan and to kind of get that condenser going. But until it ramps up all the way, we're not gonna get a ton of heat out here. Okay, so currently we're getting 58 degrees air coming out of this, so it's not warm at all. We can see that we are actively pulling solar via that thing, the green panel, and then the Wi-Fi signal signifies that it's connected to our Wi-Fi. So we're set for 74, and currently we're only pulling 199 watts. The sun is still coming up, so this obviously is not going to be enough to fully run, especially in heating mode. But in cooling mode, it doesn't require as much to get some cold air to come out of the unit. So we're going to go ahead and plug in the AC power and notice the change here. All right, so we just plugged in our 110 volt supply there. And let's notice if we see any immediate change here. Okay, so we just heard it click. Fan speed is ramping up. Compressor is ramping up. Let's give this a few minutes and see what we've got at the head unit. All right, guys, so it's been a few minutes and instantly we saw this number increase to 600 and some watts. And we're basically supplementing the AC input with our PV input. So as this raises, this number will lower. And you'll notice here in just a second that we're getting super hot air out of the unit. All right, so our air spool is spitting out 125 degrees and this continues to climb. It's still climbing slowly. And as you can see, it's still 29 degrees outside. So it's raised a couple degrees, but man, this thing is spitting out basically what you would feel out of a gas furnace. And this is all via heat pump being supplemented by the sun. So we'll show you again on here. Our PV input, there's been a little bit of cloud coverage, so this kind of goes up and down. But as the sun comes out, I'm going to document this and show you what it looks like once the sun is fully up, how much it's able to offset. Now, depending on how many panels you have, obviously this PV input number is going to be higher. I believe we have about 700 or 800 watts of PV panels on the roof. So if I increase that number, which I totally could, that would obviously offset this amount by a lot. Now, even so, at 900 watts, that's about 7 amps. So it's really not a ton of energy, and it's still a very energy efficient unit. And then you have the added bonus of having this offset by solar power. Okay, so a little bit of time has elapsed. I actually turned this down to 68. It was really warm in here. And keep in mind, my garage was like 30 degrees when we got in here. We're still spitting out 97 degrees, nice and hot air, and we're just able to maintain this temperature in the garage. So we're currently at 200 watts of PV. This has slowly gone up as the sun has continued to rise outside. And now we're pulling less than we are, we're pulling in less AC than we are PV input, which is really awesome. So this is hardly gonna put a dent on our bill. The only time that this was going to put a substantial burden was when we first started it up. It was pulling about 1,000 watts. This is now basically 2/10 of what it was pulling, so really efficient either way. And again, we can also set up a schedule here. If we want this to just come on at a certain time, we can pull this dial up here and we can set a schedule right there. All right, so it's been a few minutes here. We're at 69 and we've dropped down to 402 AC and 439 on the PV input. And as you can see, we're still spitting out crazy heat, 120 degrees of heat here, so that's doing awesome. But we're going to unplug the AC input and see what happens here. All right, so we heard that inverter click off inside the unit. Compressor and fan are still running, and let's see what we got in here. Okay, so right off we can see we have 0 AC input, and we still have that 460 watts of PV. So of course we're probably going to notice some drop here in temperature, but we're still getting really good heat even on PV input. So I'm going to give this about 10 minutes with no AC power, and we'll show you what's coming out of the vents. All right, y'all, 460 watts, again, 0 AC. This is all PV, and we're getting 106 sustainably. This hasn't budged. So this will just continue to produce 106 degrees when right now it's 41 degrees outside. So that's 65 degrees temperature rise, all from the sun. That is 100% free. Obviously, once you purchase the panels, it's completely free energy. The rest that it was supplementing is obviously from the grid, but this is really nice because if it's a cloudy day or if you want to run this at night, it's super versatile in that respect. Now, this unit is capable of going down to, I believe, 13 degrees or somewhere in that neighborhood, but they do now offer a hyper heat model that goes down to negative 22 degrees. So you could see before, this is just your standard 110 out plug. Let me show you what the hyperheat unit looks like, exactly how it comes packaged out of the box, so you know what to expect. And that unit, if you're in a really cold climate, it'll allow you to run at negative 22 degrees. All right, so this is what you're gonna get with your condenser. Really nice packaging. We had a bunch of styrofoam around this, and then once you cut the straps, that just slides over the top. So we're gonna cut this cover off here and show you exactly what's under here and what these plugs look like. Okay, so same footprint, same design, everything is really nicely packaged. We have the pre-charged line sets that come with our fittings there. They come spooled on the side of the unit, which is kind of a really cool feature by Air Spool. These connections are made, so literally the only 2 connections you have to make are the ones that go from the head to this line set, and that's it. So here's the biggest difference with these 2 units. So this is the one that's currently running, and right here you can see it has a 20 amp fuse size, and you can run a standard 110 outlet like that one on a max of 20 amps. But let me show you this new unit and show you what the amperage requirements are. All right, so with the hyperheat unit, same thing here. You'll notice that the max fuse is 25 amps. You will have to have a wire that's capable of 25 amps, and this connection here is still 110 volts, but it's 25 amps. So that's going to be the biggest difference. So you can't just plug it in like your traditional one that we have installed here. But if you do have a really cold climate and you want to install the hyperheat that goes down to negative 22, that's really the only modification that you'd have to do. Well, guys, I couldn't be happier with my Air Spool solar mini split that gets me free heating and air conditioning no matter what time of year it is. Also, the quick and easy kit that they offer with this system makes it so easy to install. That unit that you just saw there took us about 4 hours total to install. It was crazy fast. So if you're interested in checking out the full installation video, you can find that right there. And until next time, you guys be safe. Later.